All right, so you probably have heard something like this. La mano, la cabeza, el brazo. And you probably, most likely, you are wondering, why do we have to say el, la, los, or las in Spanish, and when do we have to use them? Well, I'm going to explain to you why do we use these and when do we use them, okay? Okay, so basically the main reason why we use them is because in Spanish, nouns have genders, okay? Nouns refer to people, animals, places, things, and ideas. In Spanish, nouns have genders. They are either masculine or feminine, okay? In Spanish, most nouns that end in the letter O, like this one over here, are masculine. And most nouns that end in A are not. Okay, so let's look at this example. El libro. Okay, this letter over here is ending, this word, I'm sorry, over here is ending in the letter O. So this noun is considered masculine. Okay, the same over here. El brazo. This noun over here ends in the letter O. So that's why this noun is considered masculine. Okay, but look over here, carpeta. You probably don't know what carpeta means. That's okay. Right now, I just want you to focus on the ending of this word. This word ends in the letter A, and that's why this is not considered masculine. This is feminine. Okay, same over here. Escuela. Look at the ending of this word, letter A. So that's why this is considered feminine. Now you are probably wondering, okay, so letter O means masculine. If it ends in the letter A, means feminine. But what about this, la or el? Okay, basically we use el to for nouns that are considered masculine, and we use la for nouns that are considered feminine. Now, if it is more than one, then you're gonna use los over here, los. And if it is more than one over here, you're gonna use las, L-A-S, las. Okay. And that's how we know when to use el, las, los, and las. Once again, el, okay, and los is also considered okay. Sorry about this. Let me fix it. All right. So el, when you're talking about just one. La, when you are talking about just one. Los, when you are talking about more than one. Las, when you are talking about more than one. Okay. So el, los, la, and las, they all means the same in English. The. Okay. But we use them in specific situations, each one of these. And I already described over here when do we have to use them. Okay. So let's look at this example. Look at this noun is ending in the letter A. So we already know that if the noun ends in letter A, is considered feminine. So we are going to use, and we are talking just about one. Since we don't have the S at the end, that means that we are talking about just one. So we are going to use the article la carpeta. Okay, let's look at this other example. This word is ending in the letter O. O. So it is considered what? Masculine. And since we are talking about just one, we are going to use the article el. El. Okay, one more. Libro. And once again, you probably don't know what these words mean. That's all right. What I want you to focus right now, I want you to focus on this, the ending of each noun. Okay. Let's look at this noun, libro. We already know that if this noun ends in the letter O, then it is considered masculine. Okay, and since we are only talking about one noun, then we're going to use el. So then this is going to become el libro. El libro. Okay. And basically, this is desk, folder, notebook, and book. So in Spanish, we always use an article, always. We don't just say folder, we say the folder, or in Spanish, la carpeta. Okay, we don't just say notebook, we say the notebook, or in Spanish, el cuaderno. See? Look over here. Book. We don't just say book, we say el libro. See, in Spanish, we always use articles. This is an article. Well, actually, all of these are articles. Article, and article. Okay, all of these are. And in Spanish, we always use this followed by a noun. El libro, el cuaderno, la carpeta. Can you guess this one? Look at the ending. El bolígrafo. Okay. Now, this is... Since starting next week, you guys are going to be required to speak only Spanish in the classroom, this question over here is going to be useful. So please pay attention to this question. This question is, ¿qué quiere decir? So if I come to you and say, for example, and if I come to you and I say, mochila, and you probably don't know what mochila means. In that case, you are going to ask me, ¿qué quiere decir mochila? Once again, since you don't know the meaning of this word, you're going to say, ¿qué quiere decir mochila? And once you say this, I'm going to respond to you, quiere decir backpack. Okay. So if you hear someone saying something that you don't know, just ask them and say, ¿qué quiere decir? And then repeat whatever the other person is saying. And most likely the other person is going to respond to you, quiere decir, and then that person is going to give you the definition for whatever he or she is saying. Okay. So this question over here, ¿qué quiere decir? It's basically this. And over here, this answer is basically, it means, and then whatever it means. Okay. So you're gonna use this question whenever you hear someone saying something that you don't know. Okay. Now, what is gonna happen if you're trying to say something but you don't know how to say it in Spanish? Well, in that case, you are gonna use this question over here. ¿Cómo se dice? And then whatever you're trying to say en español. For example, ¿cómo se dice book en español? Okay, once again, ¿cómo se dice? And then whatever you're trying to say en español. And the other person is going to reply, se dice libro. Se dice, and then the person is going to tell you how to say it. Basically, this question in English will be like, how do you say in Spanish? Okay. How do you say whatever you're trying to say in Spanish? Okay. And then the answer could be like, it is said, something like that. See, basically telling you how to say it. Okay, if you have any questions, please let me know. This vocabulary list is also in Google Classroom, so please practice so you can be ready for the quiz.